Okay, so we've been talking about closed reading. What is closed reading? Rachel?
To figure out the key details.
Good. It's a strategy to help us figure out the key details. So what are the key details? Mason?
Very important details.
Very important details. Good.
Well, that you need to complete sentences. That, like if they ask you, why was the boy sad, you have to tell them why. Like, those will help you figure out why he was sad. Key details will help you with that.
Good job. So when we write our answers, instead of just saying the boy was sad, what do we have to do? Rachel?
Tell you the evidence.
Okay, where do we find the evidence? Monica? In the book. Good, very good. Do you remember any of the terms that you could use when you write your answer down? The evidence-based terms? Colin?
One was that you can
Because? Mason?
The author stated, the book said.
Very good. Rachel?
page blank it said.
Good. Okay, so let's look on page 9 in our book. Page 9. Okay, so who would like to read the first question? Rachel?
Why did
Curtis?
Curtis change how he felt about his grandparents' house?
Okay, so on page 9, I want you to read that carefully. And I want you to use your sticky notes and mark anything that you might think would be a key detail that could help you answer that. Okay, so who can tell me one thing they found that could help them? Colin?
Some kind of secret panel.
Okay, I guess I opened some kind of secret panel. Rachel?
On the paper, it was signed William Clark.
Okay, filled the paper, it was signed William Clark. That's important, but anybody find something before then? Where did the paper come from? Monica? Did you have something before then? Mason?
Curtis reached into the pouch where he found a metal spike the size of a pencil. There was also a piece of paper inside.
Okay, good. So, who can tell me how you think you can put that together? Did you have anything to add? I see you have some more things on yours. Are you okay? Or you have something else to add? Okay, so what do you think would be a good answer for the first one? Why did he change how he felt about Grandpa's house? He doesn't come out and tell us why, but some things happen, important things happen. The house had suddenly became more interesting. Just asking why. Just on this page, why? What happened? We know, see, before that we know he was not interested in the house at all. But what happened on this page? Why did he say that?
Because that's something fell on his head and it had a good stuff in it.
Okay, so something fell out of what? What was the first detail I saw you mark?
That there was a secret panel in the ceiling.
Very good. So all of a sudden something's happened, right? So there was a secret panel and something fell out. So what was another detail? What fell out? Mason?
There was a pouch with a metal pen, a piece of metal the size of a pencil and a piece of paper that said signed William Clark, and then he said suddenly Grandma and Grandpa's house had become a whole lot more interesting. So the reason I just said the house was a lot interesting is because it had a piece of paper that had fancy writing and it says signed William Clark.
Very good.
So William Clark is someone that you might know or someone.
Okay. So he was in an old house, grandparents' house was an old house, he didn't have anything to do, he wasn't interested in being there, but all of a sudden these things happen, right? Okay, so how do we wanna write our answer? What do we wanna put? What do you wanna put, Monica? Okay, let's go at the beginning. So let's put first, his grandparents' house became a lot more interesting because. Okay, so what's the first piece of evidence we need to put there? What do you think?
He found a secret panel in the ceiling, and a pouch came out with all this cool stuff that he didn't know about. So he thought the house was that a lot more interesting because in the pouch there was like a map where you could find gold that William Clark
Wait a minute, are you going ahead? Talking about just what's right here, how he knew it was interesting. So first of all, you're on the right track. First thing you have marked here. So he found a secret what?
panel in the ceiling.
Okay, he found a secret panel in the ceiling. So what's another piece of evidence we could put?
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, go ahead. What'd you have? Okay, so what do you think we need to put next? What piece of evidence? What do you think, Colin?
Sorry,
What came out of the ceiling? What did it tell us?
a leather pouch.
Okay, so should we tell where these items were before we tell what he found? So what fell out?
I love it.
A leather pouch with the size of a pencil.
Okay, so let's say, so the leather pouch fell out, right? Okay, let's put
With
that.
a spike in it, the size of a pencil.
Okay. So go ahead and put that. There was one more important thing he found in the pouch. What else? Monica? And what was the paper? What does it tell us on the page, on this page? Do you have that marked? Do you have it marked? Piece of paper signed by who? Very good. So put that.
Well, don't forget it had fancy writing on it too.
You could add that in there. So you think we have enough evidence to support why he thinks the house is now interesting? Yes? What do you think, Colin? Monica? Richard, what do you think? I think you did a good job. Very good. Okay, the next question. Let's turn to page 22. Who would like to read us the question? Colin?
How did the author describe the barber shop, and what does the information tell you?
Okay, so I want you to read this page carefully and mark any details because he describes the barber shop very specifically. And think about what that information is telling you, okay? Okay, so how did the author describe the barber shop? And what did that information tell you about it? Colin?
It said there was a desk mirror and wall with a broken.
Okay, he said there was a What else before the dusty mirror on the wall? What's the other part of the sentence? Right before it. I may not have heard you. Did you read the first part?
Like cracked dusty.
Okay, he saw a cracked, dusty mirror on the wall and a broken chair. What else? Mason?
And another thing was a rusty bucket. And the building that's a barber shop over the door.
Okay, it said barber shop over the door. Very good. That's an important detail. And we have a cracked, dusty mirror on the wall, a broken chair, and you said a rusty bucket. So if you think about those things, what is that telling us about the barber shop? What do you think, Monica?
That it was dusty and had broken stuff.
So what does that tell us? Okay, so it was broken down. Rachel?
That it was old.
That it was old. Very good. Mason?
But I bet some of the metal was a little rusty and the windows have been cracked and stuff like that. Like, it's like from the olden times, because if you do look on the other page, it's like all like grayish and brownish pictures, so that would definitely tell you that it's from the olden days.
Okay, and just look at the picture on that page, on page 22. Do you see anything? Look at the picture too. Do you see anything in the picture that might could help you? Monica? Yeah, the things are cracked. Even the walls have cracks on them, right? Very good. Spider webs. So, what could we say? How did the author describe the barber shop, and what does the information tell you? Monica? Hold on. So you're saying, what did we say we need to add to broken down? It looks broken down, so what did we say that probably means? It's, okay, so we need to say the barber shop is old. Okay, so what evidence-based term do we need now? What do you want to use before we tell our evidence? Mason?
The author said.
The author said, because we're kind of saying exactly what he said, right? Okay, the author said, or the author stated. Okay, what did the author state? What do we want to put first? Monica? Okay, so we can say there was a rusty bucket in the corner.
That there was broken, there was shattered glass everywhere, there was webs, rusty buckets.
Well, it has to be the actual thing that is in the book. It can't just be things that...
Well, she said shattered instead of, what did the author say?
Broken.
And what was the other word he used for the mirror?
Broken.
Rusty, there was cracked.
Cracked. Very good.
It was shattered and cracked glass.
Okay, but listen, let's stick to what Mason said. Let's use the words the author, because we're saying the author said, so we need to stick with what he said, right? So put it like it is in the book. So we'll use crack here. How about that? Okay, go ahead. Okay, so do we want to add the author's illustration told us what information?
That there was spider webs on the chairs.
And the walls were what?
Cracked.
Let's add that.